having kids should be a goal that every man has in his life. Because after all, that's why we're here. We're here to have kids, pass on our DNA, generation past generation, our last name, right? And it's a beautiful goal, guys. I mean, just thinking about it is beautiful. Eventually having them and raising them to be strong, healthy individuals that make something of themselves in this world. I can't imagine how beautiful it is, guys. I'm looking forward to all, stages of my life, even when I'm old, when I have kids, when I become UFC champion, right? But here's the thing, guys. A lot of young men, they have kids when they're young, A lot of men make that mistake. And now, the reason why it's a mistake is the following, guys. When you have kids, right, it puts you in a certain situation of responsibilities that are now new, that you didn't have before. Things that you need to pay for, right? And things, like I said, responsibilities, Guys, as a young man, your most valuable resource is your energy. And as I said before, the prime years of a man are once he enters his 30s, up until maybe he's 50s, if a man really takes care of himself, you get jacked at like 20, you keep taking care of yourself, you're just going to stay jacked, You start making money at 20, you're just going to make more and more money, So your prime years come later in life as a man. But these years, your teenage years all the way up till your 20s, mid-20s, are really the years where you're building yourself up, you're building your foundation physically, you're building your foundation of strength. You already have implemented good hygiene, good grooming habits, right? You dress well, right? You're on a career, right? You're on a career path and all this stuff. But when you have kids, it really affects how far you can go at that age, because you're still not developed, you know what I mean? It's like, let's say I'm cooking something, right? And obviously, let's say I'm cooking popcorn, right? And the popcorn, as more time I put it in the microwave, it's expanding. But if I don't put it enough time, it's not going to be completely made. Whereas if I do, it will. That's the same thing with having kids when you're young, guys. If you have kids when you're young, based on all the responsibilities that you're going to have, it's really going to affect how much time you have and how many things you could do. Because the big issue as well is that typically when you're young, you're not well off financially. Some of you might be a lot smarter, might be a lot wiser, when you're young. I respect you. But still, it's a terrible fucking idea to have kids right now, Now is the time for you to go out there, build your foundation, and eventually make something of yourself in this world, Now is the time for you to get a notebook. I have mine right here in the back, and write down and decide what the fuck you want to do in this life, Because that's the beauty of male life, guys. You can choose whatever you want, You want to be rich, you want to be strong, you want to be successful. We just gotta go out there and do the work, right, guys? So don't have kids when you're young. It's a big mistake. And a lot of times, especially when you're young, if you have kids, you might make a wrong decision of choosing the wrong woman to have kids. She might be a very difficult woman. There are a lot of guys in the fight world, right, that I'm trying to get into, that having kids young really fucks them over, because think about it this way, right? When you're trying to be a fighter, when you're a fighter like they are, right, you're basically broke, you're living fight to fight unless you got some other means, right? And having to train like 3 to 6 hours a day, right? And you're just grinding, then having to come home and take care of a kid when you're focused on your career, which is literally beating people up or getting beat up. It's not ideal, right, guys? It's not ideal. And not just for fighting, for any career, But like I said, when you're going out there chasing excellence, and you're trying to make yourself somebody, you're going to have tension, you're going to have stress, right? And it's going to be challenging. If it wasn't challenging, anybody would do it, That's why really nobody does. So don't have kids when you're young, guys, Now is the time for you to work hard, Now is the time for you to take advantage of your youth, take advantage of your energy. Learn as much as you can from anybody. Try to associate yourself with people who you respect, who you admire. Obviously, try to find a way to give back to those people. Don't just take, It's a value exchange. And yeah, chase excellence, guys. Your prime years in life. If you start working right now, at 30, I guarantee you'll be balling. You'll have money. You'll have physical maxed out, maximization, however you call it, right? And you can start focusing on having kids. But right now is not the time. All right, guys. Right now is the time for you to go out there, do the work, chase excellence, and build up your foundation to one day become a very respectable man that your kids will really respect.